Three Browns on thin ice heading into the NFL draft. This from the Factory of Sadness. Number 1, Elijah Moore. He didn't have a great year. Can't argue with that. Number 2, Jedrick Wills. Banged up and, again, didn't finish the season. Number 3, Greg Newsome. They're going to pick up his fifth-year option. I don't know that he's on thin ice. Wills is going to be interesting. Moore's got to produce, or you move on from him. He's not under contract. Greg Newsome's going to, I don't know that he's on thin ice with the Browns. Somewhere, somehow, next year he's going to make, fifth-year option is going to be picked up. He's going to make $13+ million. After that, somebody's going to pay him a lot of money because he's a pretty good cornerback.
Yeah, I view him as a top 50 cornerback in the league, and I think he's kind of playing out of position, and I think that some team will value him. But I don't see any of these players on thin ice for 2024. Even if they draft a receiver at 54, does that receiver come in immediately and all of a sudden he's getting all of Moore's reps? I don't see that. I see them working him in, over time. But and the same thing with Wills. If they go tackle at 54, is that kid just starting day one and Wills is out of a job? I don't see that either. I think 2024 is pretty well intact for those players. Now, they might not have a long-term future in Cleveland. I wouldn't necessarily call that thin ice. These are professional NFL players who will be picked up and start on another team. They're in a pretty good spot. Now, they also have the ability to showcase themselves this year and make themselves a lot of money, whether it's in Cleveland or elsewhere.